YouTube. My name is Tyler with the Dividend Stock King with another video. Real quick video. The power of the snowball effect and high yield is crazy. It's crazy. And putting a little bit of money. And again, I'm not getting financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please go seek one. This is my personal opinion. Look at 2024. Look at June 2024. Again, give you some context. I throw in about $60 every 2 weeks into my Roth. So about 120, 130 a month, right? Into my Roth account. That's an ongoing thing. But everything I own pays dividends, pay high yield dividends. It's a Yield Max and Granite shares and Rec shares and Defiance. So all those companies, right? So last year, 24, I made $13.40 total, right? Now, all the dividends that I've received into my Roth drips. So Alti paid me a dividend, goes back into Alti. I got it all on drip. I want that compounding effect. I'm gonna tell you why I put on drip and why I have income in a minute. So I made $13.40 into my Roth. This year, I made 213. So last year I made $13. I made $200 more in 1 year. 1 year difference. I made $200 more. Now today's Thursday. We get paid from Coney and Alti again tomorrow. YMAX, all the Friday pairs tomorrow. So this is not all the money. You're talking about another $20 from 15 $20 from Coney, $20 from Alti. You're talking about another 250, 260 in dividends. This is in 1 year. Imagine what's going to be by next year. So the reason I go income first is because number one, I want dividends because if they could keep going this over years and years and years and years, and I could when I'm retired, I could pull these dividends out and use it. That's a great thing too. But number two is it grows by itself. I mean, with a Roth, you only put in 580 a month or 7,000 a year. So you're capped on how much you could put in. But if it's generating, $10,000 a month or 20K a month, whatever the number is, if it's generating that much money per month, then it's generating that much money per month. Income first, because I could take that income and buy other funds. You are limited how much you can put in your Roth. You're limited. You can only do 580 a month, which is a lot of money still, or 7,000 a year. You're limited how much you put in. So you max it out for the year. You can't throw no money into it. You have to use dividends. You will have to use dividends in order to buy something else. You have to get the dividends and take drip off and then sit in your brokerage account. Then you can put whatever. Now, I'm not saying everyone maxes the Roth every year. It's a hard thing to do, right? I'm going to give you an example. You come into some money and you want to throw into your retirement. You want to throw in a certain amount. It's limited. It is limited. I'm not saying everyone does this, but it's limited. But it's an option if you can max out your Roth. You can use the income inside the Roth to buy other stuff. You're not contributing any money, using your asset money to buy other stuff. So that's one reason if you're a high earner and you could max out your Roth for the year, you should, in my opinion, you should take a look at high yielders and get that to $500 a month. So you're maxing out twice. You put in 14,000. Remember, everything goes in a Roth is tax free. So, and the income, if I lose my job or I can't put money into my retirement, I can always use the dividends to buy what I want to buy. It's not like a growth fund where I have to sell and put the money somewhere else or sell the holds. I got to take the dividends and put it somewhere else. You have more flexibility with a dividend ETF and stock versus a growth stock, like a VU. Because VU is only for growth. That's the only reason you have VU. It's for that long-term, safely growth. But the dividend is really meaningless, really. You're in it for the growth, like Amazon, Tesla. With a dividend, you can build it up. And then now, you still own the shares, right? And they're paying you every month, or now they got weeklies now. They're paying you every month. You could use it to buy growth, and you can use it to fund your account. So if something were to happen to your job, you can still fund your account. Your account is still growing by itself. In the down market, when the market's down 10, 20%, and your growth is down, you're still getting income. And then the good things is if the market is down 5, 10%, maybe 15%, 20%, your growth funds are down. And let's say again, you have money coming in from your dividends. You can take the dividends out and buy those growth funds cheaper, right? So dividend ETFs and stocks have a multi-purpose. You can reinvest back into the stock. You can take the cash and put it somewhere else. You have dry powder when the market crashes or goes down. You have dry powder to put into those cheaper ETFs, catch them on sale, or other companies you want to invest in, and you can use that money. It grows tax free. That's why income first versus um, versus anything else. I feel like the income first is generating income. And then you put these ETFs into a dividend calculator over a 20-year span with dividends reinvested, that's a lot of money. But again, in 2020, 2024, as far as it go, April 2024, I have $8.37. In April, this April, past April, I made 169. Where's it going to be in 5 years? Again, I'm still adding my own money, but the dividends are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We had a down market this year in April and May, right? So those dividends bought cheaper shares at a cheaper price. So now when the market goes back up, you get higher dividends. Now your cost base is a little better. But what's going to be at in 5 years if I keep reinvesting and keep putting money into these funds? That's why I go income first and Roth. And the snowball effect is taking over right now. Now, May was a big month. May paid 5 times in May. It paid twice for Coney paid twice in May. So you got paid 5 times from Alti. You got paid twice from Coney. So that's more money. And guess what? The dividend calculator does not calculate the 13 payment. So Coney paid twice this last month. Arthur paid 5 times, and May is my biggest month ever recorded in my dividends. But guess what? June is a big month because all those dividends were reinvested and got more shares. Now I'm not sure what it beat. What it should be able to beat. It should beat May. May was a big month, but you see, Alti, it paid me $66 in April. The next month, I paid $87 because they paid that fifth time. But you look at June, I got paid $85. Now, I'm not sure this calculating what I get paid tomorrow. I'll have to wait and see next week once everything calculated. But I don't think it's going to, it's a coin of $22. I'm not sure if it's calculating tomorrow's dividend. It may be. But I guess for now, what I'm saying is from now on, I'm making 200 plus per month already, within 2 years per month. And then my goal was to get to like 587, whatever that number is. That way you could pretty much stop funding your retirement. You could use the dividends to fund it. Or you get to like 2 grand a month. You could literally take 2 grand a month and put 1,000 in dividends and 1,000 into growth because you're limited. Your paycheck is limited. Your paycheck's limited because you got to pay bills and groceries and mortgage and rent and gas and kids. Your paycheck is limited, and you're limited how much you can invest. You can only put in a certain amount a year. So if you're a dividend investor, you should be trying to hit that 586 or 580 something per month in income. That way, in a year, you've made $7,000 in dividends. You know what I'm saying? You should at least hit that. You should really, in high yield, you should double that number. You should get like $1,200 a month. That way you can take the 586 and buy growth or whatever you want to get, and then the other $600 you can put into income. You can do that as well. It all grows tax free. It all grows tax free. That's why income is more important to me than getting growth because you have so many ways to use it. You have so many ways you can invest with it. You have so many ways you can take your portfolio to the next level. If you're making 2 grand a month, which is not far off, you can take 1,000 in growth and 1,000 in income, whatever you want to do. right? Whatever you want to do, your Roth, you can. Guess what? You can still add your personal money to it, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. You're only making $2,000 a month, right? And personally, I would keep investing into these funds until I hit 10K. That way, it hits 10K. I could take 5,000 in growth and 5,000 investment. You could buy 2 shares of VU, and you'd be okay, right? You could buy 2 shares easily in VU, right? And it all goes tax free. So that's my opinion. If you want some analytics, I'll link down below. Thanks for watching.